Watching a special edition of CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. I'm Monita Rajpal. The new Crimean parliament says international observers will be welcome during next Sunday's referendum on joining the Russian Federation. CNN's Anna Koren is in the provincial capital, Simferopol, and joins us now live with more on that. Anna?
Yeah, that's right, Monita. That announcement came out a short
interesting
time ago.
in itself. Anna, thank you very much for that. Anna Koren there live for us from Simferopol, which is the provincial capital of Crimea. Well, the U.S. Navy destroyer Truxtun is steaming toward the Black Sea at this hour. The guided missile destroyer is on a deployment that was planned well before the crisis in Ukraine. Nevertheless, it takes on a new significance given the present tensions between Kiev and Moscow. Senior international correspondent Ivan Watson joins us now from the Bosphorus Strait. And certainly, if the pictures tell 1,000 words there, Ivan, the image of this destroyer heading towards the Black Sea there, it certainly sends quite a strong message.
That's right, and it's not the only warship to be headed towards
All right,
the
Ivan,
Black
thank
Sea.
you very much for that. Ivan Watson there aboard the U.S. Navy destroyer Truxtun, which is on the Bosphorus Strait right now. Well, we heard Ivan talk about Russia's Black Sea fleet, and so while the U.S. ships are training with regional navies, Russia's fleet is at the center of the country's operations in Ukraine. Ben Wiedemann explains its importance.
There's been a lot of talk about the standoff on land between Ukrainian and Russian
We're watching
forces.
CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Well, North Korea is holding parliamentary elections this weekend, but the outcome is, well, it's pretty much already known. Candidates are pre-selected by the state and they run unopposed. So it begs the question, why have a vote at all? Paula Hancock reports it may be one way for Pyongyang to gather information it needs to keep its grip on the population.
There are no campaign favourites like shaking hands or kissing babies.
Syria's civil war drags into its third year now, and as time drags on and the deaths add up, donor aid is drying up. Charities are trying to combat that so-called donor fatigue by creating videos for social media. Hala Garani shows us some powerful examples.
Happy birthday to you.
We're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. An unprecedented drought hits Australia. We'll bring you a full weather report. One of Oscar Pistorius' ex-girlfriends has been giving testimony at his murder trial. The athlete has pleaded not guilty to murdering Reva Steenkamp on Valentine's Day last year. He says he mistook her for a burglar. Here's a look at the day's events so far.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's been some emotional testimony there today in the court proceedings in Pretoria. Let's get more on that from CNN senior international correspondent Nick Robertson. He joins us now live from Pretoria. We heard there is some tears, some really emotional testimony coming from the ex-girlfriend of Oscar Pistorius. Give us an idea of where things stand right now, Nick.
Yes, Samantha Taylor there, not only saying that Oscar Pistorius kept a gun on him at all times, but describing an incident that the prosecution is charging Oscar Pistorius with, a shooting through
Nick, thank you. Nick Robertson there live for us from Pretoria. You're watching CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Welcome back to News Center live from Hong Kong. Russian President Vladimir Putin is expected to attend the Paralympics opening ceremony in Sochi today. This is amidst the crisis in Crimea. Well, the Ukrainian Paralympic Committee is deciding whether its athletes will take part in the Games. Phil Black joins us now from Moscow with more on that. Phil?
Monita, yes, Vladimir Putin is expected to be at the opening ceremony for the Paralympic Games in just a few hours. This is just weeks after he welcomed the world.
Thank you very much, Phil Black there live for us from Moscow. Well, Vladimir Putin is known for, he's known for flexing his muscles in more ways than one. We've seen the Russian president shirtless. You are watching a special extended edition of CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. Do stay with us. We'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back to CNN. CNN News Center live from Hong Kong. California man is suing a casino. He says all those free drinks it serves, well, that's what caused him to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, CNN's Kung La spoke with him, and this is what he had to say.
They served me all the drinks. They should have cut me off.
Let's switch gears now and get a check of weather conditions, particularly in Australia, where there are concerns of growing drought. Maya Ramos is at the World Weather Centre with more on that. Mari?
You know, Monita, Australia is no stranger to drought. They've been dealing with this problem for quite a long time. Monita, falling apart. Back to you.
Fascinating stuff there, Mari. Thank you very much. Now, it's all very well for, if you're a Hollywood star, to take selfies, but it's at the Oscars, that is, remember that? But it's not as cool as when the British Prime Minister decides to take one while he's on the phone. And as you can see, David Cameron's ultra-serious phone face is being widely people just wanted to get in on the conversation. And that is CNN News Center for this Friday. I'm Monita Rajpal at CNN Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us. CNN Newsroom with Max Foster is next.